I don't know why some people just can't enjoy good things. So, The Mandalorian Season 2 trailer just dropped, and there's a little bit of an interesting dialogue going on that I want to talk about. But first, I want to talk about the trailer because it's quite good. There was a bunch of things that I liked about it. I like that it doesn't tell you anything about the season, but still yet manages to get you excited for it. This is probably the only Star Wars that I've truly enjoyed that's come out of Disney Lucasfilm. I think this is probably it. Rogue One was okay. This, in my opinion, has been the best that they've done so far. I think it comes closest to capturing the feel of Star Wars. We'll see what happens, but the trailer looks great. I like it a lot. October 30th is when it drops. However, there's a couple things in the trailer that has a few people quite upset. And I also want to talk about Gina Carano a little bit. I haven't really covered that yet, so we're going to talk about all of that in this video. But here's the scene that has everybody kind of up in arms over on Twitter. So in this scene right here, you have a hooded, mysterious figure, probably maybe a Jedi. Everyone thinks that this is Rosario Dawson, or however you say her name. Everyone thinks that this is her. Now, the reason they think this is her is because they think this is Ahsoka, who's heavily rumored to be in this series, and Dawson is supposedly who's going to play her, and that had huge backlash. Now, the funny thing about this is actually Sasha Banks, not Rosario Dawson. And, a lot of people were upset that Dawson was cast in this film because of a bunch of allegations that came out about her, which were based on one person's statement, by the way, that they were really mean to her and stuff like that. And everyone ran with it as truth. We don't know if that's true or not. There's a lawsuit coming. We'll find out then. But everyone, you know how it is. There is no due process when it comes to Twitter. So all of a sudden, Rosario Dawson needs to be canceled. They want her fired. They want Gina Carano fired too. That's what most people are complaining about, is the fact that Gina Carano is in the trailer, and this might be, it's not, but that Rosario Dawson is going to play Ahsoka. So people are freaking out about it. Oh no, I can't enjoy The Mandalorian anymore. Got this user right here. The new trailer looked great, but I seriously hated every second I saw Rosario Dawson and Gina Carano. Disney and Lucasfilm hired two phobic actors, and I will never, ever forgive them. They don't care about those fans. Of course, another user jump in and saying, here's what Rosario Dawson did. Even though we don't know if that happened or not, to be honest. We don't know anything. We have a statement from one person. That's it. But apparently that's enough to just cancel somebody. So the really funny thing about this is that wasn't Rosario Dawson at all in the trailer. It's Sasha Banks. But as soon as I saw this trending, I knew I knew what it was. Everyone thinks that that's Ahsoka. So this is funny. The mixture of Rosario Dawson trending is a mixture of two things. People complaining about Dawson being in the series, and people correcting them, saying, hey, that was Sasha Banks. So we don't really know if Sasha Banks is Ahsoka or not, or she's going to be a different Jedi. We don't even really know if Rosario Dawson has been cast. It's heavily confirmed, but still rumored because it's not officially confirmed. I do know one thing, though. If she is in the series, every time she has a scene, these Puritans, these NPC over on Twitter, they're going to fill up Twitter with this. It's going to be a lot of butthurt, and it's going to be absolutely hilarious to watch. Now, they're also throwing Gina Carano in here as well. They're upset with her as well. If you don't know that story, it's absolutely hilarious. Gina Carano decided to put boop, bop, beep in her Twitter handle because people were hounding her to put her pronouns in there, and she didn't want to. So she did this instead. She refuses to bend the knee. I have a ton of respect for Gina Carano for not bending the knee to these people. And she comes out and says, look, I don't hate anybody. I just don't want to put these in my bio. Why do I have to do these? What does this do to really help anybody? This is, of course, after Pedro Pascal puts this in his profile. He just goes in and puts the he, him there. I don't get it. Does this really help anybody? Does this really do anything? No. You want to do it, fine. I don't have anything against you, really. I just think it's kind of ridiculous, and I'm not going to do it, but a lot of people do. My take on it is if you want to do it, fine, but don't make other people do it. Don't make other people do anything. If nobody wants to do that, don't make them do it. That's my stance on it. The problem is they force you to do it, and if you don't do it, well, they want to get you fired. If you don't meet what they have to say, they want to get you fired. I mean, that's pretty much what's been going around for the past 2 days now. The Mandalorian fans want Gina Carano fired for mocking people, which she never did. Show me any evidence where she did that. She never mocked anybody. The people that she mocked were the people that were forcing her to do things and saying nasty things about her. And what's funny is the nasty things that get said about her get no media coverage. They get no media coverage whatsoever. It gets swept under the rug. All because she fired back at people that are being nasty to her. This is all she said right here. This is it. Nothing in here slams anybody. She even says that she's all for people's rights and lives. But all of this gets just brushed under the rug. We're not going to talk about this. We're not going to give this any coverage. And you see it right here. Look at all the nasty things people say to her. Where was the media coverage on this? Look at all this. They want to get her fired from her job and so on and so on. It's really disgusting. And there's loads of this stuff. Data Racer 117 captures all of this stuff. He does a great job of showing people how things are really going. So I'm really glad that he grabbed these tweets. It's disgusting. All of these calls to get her fired. And they say really nasty things like they want to end her and put her on the street and all this stuff. All because she put beep, bop, boop in her Twitter handle instead of she, her. And that's enough to want to, one person said stamp like her face or something. It's pretty bad. Like, look at all this. It's disgusting. And they put this all over. It's all fine. None of that gets covered, right? But let me tell you this. If Gina Carano had the right politics, maybe, this would be a different narrative. All those things that I just showed you would be all over mainstream media. There would be all kinds of articles talking about it, all kinds of opinions and uprising with critics and blue check marks. They'd be all about it. But because she has some diversity in thought, to be honest, she needs to be canceled and destroyed. And it's kind of disgusting. And the same thing's going on with Rosario Dawson. We don't know. We really have no idea, to be honest, if Rosario Dawson even did the things that they accuse her of. We don't know. Because all we have is one person's statement, really. I mean, they're not saying anything. Her and her family aren't saying anything because the person's trying to take them to court. Personally, I think people will do anything for money and attention, and Dawson has both. You can get the attention and the money from her, so if you take her to court and sue her, you get a little bit of a payday. I think that might be a factor there, but that doesn't matter. All you got to do is say you line up with this right line of thinking, and they will come after you, and they'll have your back, and you're done. So it'll be an interesting season of fake Star Wars fans once again jumping up to try to get some people fired and canceled for dumb reasons when they don't even have the full facts, because you don't really need the facts anyway when you're on the right side of history, right? You don't really need any of that. All you need is destruction. That's pretty much it, which is all Twitter does, is destroy people and ruin them and leave their life in shambles. So I'm looking forward to this. Gina Carano, I'm glad she's in this, and I hope they give her own show. I'd rather watch the Gina Carano show than the Pedro Pascal show. And if the rumors are true about this anyway, The Mandalorian's only in half the season, and then the rest of the series is based on other characters. That's what the big rumor is. We'll see what happens, but I just thought this was another example of people just not enjoying good things. from a bunch of phonies who never called out the stuff John Boyega was saying, by the way. They were all fine with that. And then John Boyega comes out and says that Disney did him dirty. Oh, now Disney Star Wars is istophobic. What a joke. Anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts on all this. What do you guys think? Like and share the video. Sharing the video helps out a lot, by the way, especially with everything going on right now. Not as good as getting recommended in the algorithm. So sharing the video would definitely help me out a lot. Also, make sure you still subscribe. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.